Today we're going to go over 4 tips on how to save money backpacking. But before we do, my name is Jason. This is Huck Outdoors. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe and ring that bell for notifications of new videos I got coming out. If you want to start backpacking, there's a lot to learn, a lot of gear to buy, and it isn't cheap. But today we're going to go over 4 tips on how to save money backpacking. And believe me, these tips would have helped me out when I first started. The number 1 tip to saving money backpacking is looking for used gear or new gear on sale online. There's many different places to look for this type of gear. You can go to REI, backcountry.com, Moose Jaw, Steep and Cheap. There's so many different sites out there that you can look for gear on sale. I was lucky enough when I first started backpacking to get my first good sleeping bag. It's a Mountain Hardwear sleeping bag. I went to Sports Chalet. I would scour the store right and left. Like I'd go in there like every other week looking for stuff. And I found a Mountain Hardwear sleeping bag for 70% off. So if you're doing your due diligence and you keep looking through different sales and stuff, you're gonna find some good deals out there. However, if you're looking for used gear, there's many different places to look for used gear. First off is REI.com. They have a little used gear section, and they also do what they call the garage sales, so you can find used gear there. Second spot is spots like eBay, your Craigslist, maybe Facebook Marketplace. There's a lot of used gear on there. You can get a lot of good deals. And the third spot is also on Facebook, but there's a lot of different places that people sell their gear on Facebook. One of my favorites is the Backpacking Gear Flea Market. There's tons of deals on there. I've sold gear on there used, and I've got a lot of great deals as well. So those are some tips on how to save money by looking for used or new gear on sale. The number 2 tip to saving money backpacking is carpooling to the trailhead. Yes, that's right. Carpooling with your friends or family to the trailhead will save you money. If I'm driving my car and say Monica's driving her car to a trailhead, and that's a tank of gas for each of us, so why don't we just meet up somewhere, carpool? It's going to save us gas, and believe me, right now gas just keeps going up and up and up. So tip number 2, carpool with friends to save gas and save some money backpacking. Tip number 3 here is going to be sharing with your friends. That's right, we just talked about carpooling to the trailhead with your friends, so if you're going with your friends out there, friends or family, you could share gear as well. Maybe your friends have a nice big tent, like a 2-person tent, 3-person tent, and you haven't had a chance to get your tent yet. Share a tent with them, see if they'll share the tent with you. Maybe it's a stove. You haven't had a chance to buy your stove yet, but you want to get out with your friends. Stoves are easy to share. Maybe you're going out with 2 other people. See if they're both bringing a water filter. If you haven't got a water filter yet, you could share that water filter. There's many pieces of gear that you could share with, and it just helps save the cost of backpacking while you're first getting into it. Tip number 4. Tip number 4 is going to be avoiding expensive backpacking permits and fees. There's many places out there it's free to backpack, a lot of your national forests, some BLM land. There's tons of places that are just free to backpack. So save some money by going to these places instead of some of the more expensive ones, like say Havasupai, which is easily over $100 a night, or going to places like Catalina Island that I just went to, where you had to pay for your campsite each night and your boat ride over. So to save some money backpacking, look up the local trails and hit up the ones that are free. I've got one little bonus tip for you, and that bonus tip on saving money backpacking is hitting up your friends. See if they got any used gear they want to sell. A lot of people like to upgrade their gear throughout the years. You never know, maybe they got an old tent, maybe an old stove or sleeping bag or pad that they want to sell. Hit them up, see if your friends have that used gear you want to sell. So that's a bonus tip for you. Hit up your friends to see if they've got used gear. That's going to be it for this one. If you like the video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Why don't you leave a comment below on some ways that you like to save money backpacking. Hope you enjoyed this one. Until the next one, thanks for having me.